welcome back to Homestead Heart. And today I am outside getting ready to plant my potatoes in my containers. It is overdue. It's overdue. I had been ill for about a week or so, and so now that I am feeling much better, I am back outside soaking in all this sun and getting ready to get my potatoes planted. Now, I will let you know this. When I was feeling bad, I was told to stay in and rest and not come out and do anything, right? And even my mom told me the same thing, just take an extra day, get some rest. But you know me, I came outside anyway. And I planted my Yukon Gold potatoes in one of my large raised beds. And as I was planting them, the phone rang. I'm like, I bet that's my mama. She knows. She always knows. But anyway, I was outside planting my Yukon Gold potatoes in the raised beds, and that was really all I did that day. I just needed to come out and get some sun and fresh air, and it did me a bit of good. And so now I am back outside and I'm getting ready to plant my red potatoes. I've already done one container like this one with the holes in the bottom. If you remember, this container is the same container that I'm using to plant my trees, my fruit trees in. So same thing, Walmart, 17 gallons, $6 I think. You know, $4.98 or $5.98, something like that. So yeah, this is a very inexpensive way to grow in containers if you need something large, okay? And this is perfect for my potatoes. So let's go ahead. If you remember my potatoes, I have a video that I did showing you how I get my potatoes ready for planting. So now we're going to get them planted. Let's get started. All right, so I have my container sitting inside of this big pot that Maxine was in, and I'm going to use this pot too to plant in. I'm not going to let this pot just sit around. I'm going to use that also for my potatoes. Remember, I'm going to use that as well, but I'm going to start with this one. And the first thing I'm going to do is get my soil mix in. Now if you want, you can buy some container mix, but I'm just using my compost that I've already have, and I even showed you that when I was planting my Maxine. When I was repotting Maxine, I showed you how my mix looked compared to the mix that I purchased. So I'm just going with what I have. Now in my mix, I've also added in some black cow manure. So I have half black cow and then half my own potting mix here. And so I'm going to go ahead now and get this container. I'm going to put about 6 inches of soil. Let me back up. I'm going to put about 6 inches of soil in this container before we even get started with our potatoes. So just about 6 inches. Actually, I'm going to put it on the ground. Maybe you could see it better. My container, again, has holes in it. But I'm going to start with about 6 inches of soil in the bottom. Not a lot. I'm going to spread that around. All right. Now, what I'm going to add to this is, if you have some potash, awesome. If you burn wood for any reason and you got some potash or some ash from the firewood, then yes, put that ash in there, okay? That potatoes love that. All right. Now, I'm also going to add some blood and bone meal. So I have my blood meal here. I'm going to sprinkle a nice big helping of blood meal in that container. I'm also going to sprinkle in a nice big helping of bone meal in this container. And now that I have that in, what I have just added is what your plants need. The NPK, which is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. That's what I have just added to this container here. And now I'm going to go ahead and mix that all in. Just mix that in. Now that I have that in, I'm going to go ahead and grab my potatoes. Sit these right here. And I'm going to just nestle my potatoes down in this container. All right, so I'm just going to grab any potato and just sit it down. And my potatoes are, these little red potatoes here that I have left are small. So because they're smaller, I'm going to be planting them a little bit closer together than if they were really big, okay? If they were large, I would not use anywhere near this amount of potato, okay? But because they are so small, I'm even going to put 2 right there. And then 1 right here. And when I say small, I mean they're small. So I'm going to put that in there. Just like that. Then I'm going to cover them. Yes. All right. Now, I covered them with about another 5 inches of soil, okay? I covered them with another 5 inches of soil. But here's what I'm going to do now. To the top of this, I'm going to add another handful of the bone meal. Or 2 or 3. I'm going to add some more nitrogen to the top of this. And I'm going to add some more potassium. Okay? And this is all organic, so this is not going to burn anything. I'm going to work that into the top of my soil. Yes, I am. Just work that all in. And now that I have that in, I'm going to give it a water. And you do not have to use as much as I did, you all. But I have just kind of learned, I guess, over the years. I don't know. I just kind of eyeball it. And it hasn't been wrong so far. But I am kind of heavy-handed on the amendments for my potatoes and for my flowering plants, because these are heavy feeders right here. And so I have to make sure that I feed them well. And I won't have to do this again for another 3 to 4 weeks. Probably a month from now, I'll fertilize this again. Yeah, a month. So you see, it's not something that I'm going to be doing every week or every 2 weeks. It's actually once a month. And I will probably only have to do this 2 more times before I harvest them. So they will get a good fertilization twice. Or 3 times, I'm sorry. But 2 more times after this one. And I am going to just really soak this container good. And my water pressure is not up so high. It's coming out really slow. All right, so now this container is done. I'm going to sit this one, just let this sit here for a minute until all of the water drains out, and then I'm going to move it. In the meantime, I'm going to get started on my next container, and I'm going to do the same with this one. So you all, I hope that this will just show you how easy it is to plant your potatoes. And I've already pre-mix this in the wheelbarrow, so I don't have to mix it in the container. Yeah, yes. Phew. is that simple. In goes my potatoes. Awesome. Over comes some more dirt, just to cover them up. Woo! Almost lost one. And give it a water. All right, y'all, that is it for how you plant potatoes in containers. How easy was that, right? Really, like if I wasn't filming, I could have had it done in like 3 minutes. It doesn't take a lot of time at all. And these containers here, they're going to be lined up right here because, hey, all of my containers, I'm going to keep them close to my greenhouse this season. Yes, because that's just easy for me. I can take care of all of them right here. I don't have to go everywhere for containers, so I'm going to have them all right here. And I am going to put more ground cover down. I keep calling it landscape fabric, but whatever. I'm going to put more ground cover down. And again, I get my ground cover from Home Depot. And so I'm going to put more of that down. And this is where my containers and my fruit trees will be sitting. What's the matter, Tamu? Ooh, Moo Bear. He was showing his teeth. There's nothing over there, bud. Settle down before he start grizzly. But anyway, you all, that is it. Containers are done. They have been fertilized. I know some may say I used a lot of fertilizer, but trust me when I say that my potatoes will soak up all. They're going to take up all of that. They're going to take it all up. And they are just going to grow really, really fast. They really will. Just simply be, well, the foliage will, because we really want to get the foliage up and growing so we can get some photosynthesis going on and get some potatoes going on up underneath that soil, right? So if we can use the fertilizers or the amendments to give it a boost. I know it may say add a tablespoon, but y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. Gardening for me is like cooking. I rarely ever read instructions. If it's something new to me, I will, but anything else, I rarely pay attention to that. I'm just used to, like I said, it's like cooking for me. I don't hardly measure out my seasonings. And so for my containers, my amendments are like my seasonings. So I'm not, hey golden girl, this little cat here, y'all, she's something else. She's adopted. We don't know where golden girl came from. Oh, she gone. We don't know where she came from, but she ain't left. And she loves Mr. H. Mr. H pulls up, and I don't care where this cat is, you'll just see her sprinting, leaps and bounds, trying to get to his truck door. She loves my husband. She better watch it. All right, y'all, let's go do it. I don't play that. I'm just kidding. But anyway, you all, no, I'm not. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to show y'all. Okay, I just wanted to show y'all how easy it is to plant your potatoes, and I hope you found it helpful. By all means, you do not have to use as much of the amendments as I did. You feel free to read the instructions on the package and do exactly what it says. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you how Mrs. H do it on her homestead, okay? All right, I don't hardly measure out the seasonings when I'm planting. I just do it. All right. So, and it's worked for me, right? I've never had a problem growing my vegetables unless pests get involved, and that's a whole different story, right? So y'all, that's gonna do it for today. Go by Walmart, grab yourself a little $5, $6, $7 17-gallon container, drill you some holes in the bottom with the paddle bit, and I demonstrated how I do that with my citrus video on making my citrus mix repotting Maxine. I showed you how I did that there. And so just drill yourself some holes, all right? And once you get your holes in, put in either your potting mix that you can purchase in the bags it's for growing in containers, right? Or raised beds, whichever you prefer, or make your own, whichever you prefer. But I'm just showing you how easy it is to plant potatoes. And in these containers, you all, I don't have an empty one out here, but in these 17-gallon containers, you all, you can grow tomatoes, you can grow peppers, you can grow okra, lettuces. It's just so much that you can grow in containers. You can even put these potatoes in a 5-gallon bucket if you got one. You sure can, okay? So, container gardening is easy. I'm not an expert on container gardening. I don't do a lot of container gardening. I know Miss Cheryl over at Cheryl's Organic Food Forest. She does a lot of container gardening. Miss Linda over at the New Orleans Gardener, she does some container gardening as well. You know, I think we all do a little bit, you know, but if you really want to know, go over to Aunt Cheryl's and Aunt Linda's and they will show you. They can teach you something. Miss Linda always say, I'm not your teacher. I beg to differ. But anyway, you all, I just wanted to give you that, all right? And again, my gold potatoes are already planted. I still have a few more potatoes right there that I'm going to plant. And so that's it. Grow some potatoes. If you got some potatoes under your cabinet that have started sprouting, plant them babies. Plant them. It ain't going to hurt. Plant them. They'll grow. Yes, they will. All right. All right, y'all. That's it for today. Thank you so much. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and give our video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video that we upload to our channel. Thank you all so much again for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. I'm going to see y'all in the next video.